Stephanie.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm very well. Yeah.
I feel really coordinated, like I match your
I
background. It feels
know. I
important.
see you. Okay. And I'm reading that book right there behind you. So
We're
you
just in
see how
sync.
we
It's
always in
always
sync.
that.
Always in
Thank you
sync.
so much for hopping on. For anybody who does not know who you are, can you tell them a little bit about Stephanie first before we get into all the things you do?
Yeah. I am a visual artist, so painter, sketch, installation art, digital stuff, all the art things. If you can put paint on it, if you can make it, that's my thing. I'm also an event coordinator. That me wanting to put art shows together kind of led me to just having to learn how to put events together, and I've been doing that for about 10 years. And so now I'm also the owner and facilitator of Made Space, which has lots of cool events that we'll talk about today too. Yeah.
Nice. Well, thank you. Thank you for your artistry and for the work that you do at Made Space. And just as an educator, I don't know if you see yourself that way, but I think of you as an educator because by the things you say and by the things that you model for us, you are teaching us a lot of things about how to get stuff done. So,
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah, I teach as I learn. I love learning, and so I always share like whatever I'm learning. I can't help but want to share that.
Beautiful. So, you have a really cool event coming up this Friday, the CD Art Walk.
Yes.
I would love for you to share with us what is the CD Art Walk and first, how did it begin?
Yeah, yeah. So the CD Art Walk is part of there's a pretty good tradition of art walks happening in Seattle. I think the oldest one is in Pioneer Square, and then other neighborhoods like Belltown, downtown, Fremont, West Seattle, they all have art walks. The concept of art walk is pairing artists with local businesses one set day a month. So there's ones all throughout the city. Again, first Fridays is ours, but there's other ones, first Thursday, second Thursday, first, second Fridays, all that. And so essentially the idea is that people are using art to activate the businesses, especially along business corridors. So for example, in West Seattle, you're going to find that kind of along that California Avenue area.
Mm-hmm.
Pioneer Square, you're going to find that right along, I think, First and Second Avenue, and kind of branching out from there. And the goal is really to just highlight businesses, a partnership to highlight businesses and highlight artists. So it's a mutual kind of beneficial opportunity. But the CD did not have one, which, when I started this space that I'm in now, Made Space, I thought, well, why don't we have one? There's so much beautiful artwork and people who know how to have just so much artistic talent. And then lots of really great businesses. And so that was started, we're at our 7th month. No, I'm sorry, we're at our 9th month. Yeah.
Okay, 9 months.
Yeah, so we started in October of last year. And so essentially what it is on the first Friday of every month from 6 to 9 p.m., all of the businesses in the area, places like Art Noir, Wa Noiry, Communion, Made Space, Queen Care over on Jackson, and we're just expanding out Hiawatha, Art Lofts. This is all part of that central kind of area. We activate, and so everything from art shows to musical performances. The Midtown Square area is activated. Cafe Avol will do they've done karaoke, and they bring the Game Boy out for the kids. So yeah, it's a night to come and just be in community with each other. For inviting people into the Central District that might not know about it to come in and experience all the art and the culture and the beauty that is in the Central District. So yeah, it's time to come and enjoy.
Yeah. Well, I'm so happy that you and all the folks who were involved who saw, okay, the CD doesn't have an art walk, but all these other neighborhoods do. So let's get that going. So thank you for the effort and the attention and the care that you've put into making
Yeah.
that happen.
Yeah, and it's not just me. I will tell you the story of how it kind of got started. I think there's been a little buzz of people wanting to start it, but it just hadn't kind of gotten off the ground. So last summer, I was doing an event with Fancy, who does a lot of stuff at Bellevue Art Museum,
Mm-hmm.
a wonderful curator. And I ran into Rodney King, who is an artist, wonderful artist, also a Seattle Art Commissioner. He had just started his role there, and we were talking, and I told him, I've been wanting to start an art walk since I opened my shop in 2021, but I just don't know how to kind of get it off the ground. And so he said, well, let's make it happen. And so he first introduced me to Amy Tipton, who has been running the Belltown Art Walk for about 12 years now. Single-handedly, this woman is holding it down over there, okay, at Slip Gallery, and all through Belltown. And so, we sat and talked, and she kind of gave me the game on, like, this is what you need to do. Here's the pros and cons, the do's and do nots, all that kind of stuff. She was also able to connect me with a gentleman named Andrew. I can't remember his last name, but he runs the SeattleArtWalk.com page. And so she was able to get us loaded up on there. And so that's kind of where we're able to direct people for the map every month. She maintains the map every month. And, for us to be able to kind of get the word out through there. So, yeah, definitely don't do it alone. But so that was kind of the catalyst. Yeah, Rodney and Amy helped it get off the ground.
Shout out to the village, of course. That is beautiful. And it got to the point where you even, you're bringing in a bus now.
Yeah.
Tell us about the bus.
Yeah, some of these other art walks, like, for example, the West Seattle one and the one in Pioneer Square, it's kind of more condensed. The economic corridor is all really condensed and truly walkable. Central District's not as much like that. We could have just kept it to Union alone, but then we're leaving out so many wonderful businesses and opportunities to share the district itself. And so we did expand at first all the way from Union. We had some down on Madison, some up on Jackson. Hiawatha asked if they could be part of it, and that's an artist loft community. So felt like we had to include them. This is where all of our artists, many of the artists that are born and raised in the city even are there. So we wanted to make sure to include them. The problem became, it's not a walk anymore, because you can't even walk.
It's a city art trek.
Right. So, that was a challenge. The way that I was originally addressing it was just encouraging people, and I still do this too, encouraging people to, like, pick a node. So, like, park on Cherry and just explore what's happening there that time. And then maybe next time go to Union, or next time go to Jackson. And that's still a really fun way to do it. But there was still a gap, and Prez from Presidential Transportation, he reached out to me and was like, I see what you're doing, and it's also really important that we make it accessible, so we can have elders, so we can have young people, so we can have anybody that's having any sort of accessibility challenges, and so that we can really, like, expand what the art walk can be. And so he donated 3 months worth, so we're talking thousands of dollars worth of service. And so that was just, like, that really helped, like, blow it up. And so that's a whole experience now. You can choose the bus, and then you can be, popping around to all these places for 20, 30 minutes at a time and checking out and get, like, the full array of, like, what the CD has to offer. So yeah, that was, shout out to him. Yeah.
Shout out to Prez. Everybody, make sure you go drop some love off at Prez. Is the Presidential Transportation? I think it's his IG handle. So go drop some love off over there, because that is really community in action. Just
definitely. And he always is. So I just so appreciate that. Yeah.
That is beautiful. Now, so that CD Art Walk is happening this Friday, June 6th, from 6 to 9.
Yep. And this month we are doing a jazz history themed. So everything, because the CD has a very deep history of jazz, and along Jackson too. There's a whole corridor that there's some really deep historical stuff. And so every year in June we're gonna make it jazz themed. So this is our first one. I've got Gary Hammond, who is a very famous jazz musician from Seattle. He'll be here at Made Space. We've got some never before seen items collection from the Ernestine Anderson collection from her family. So they're going to be bringing some items here. So, and then artist Josh Nucci, who had an installation with Wanawari during Walk the Block, he'll be installing that here as well. And then there's a ton of other events and stuff too happening. So
this is incredible. Yes. All right, everybody. You have some plans that you could have for Friday night. And is it like it's for the free? You just walk,
It's
you just go.
free, free
It's free,
99. Just
free
show up,
99.
check out the map, check out all the different places. We have one exciting thing that is going to be happening is we're going to be having O.R. Arunga, who is a wonderful trumpet player. He'll be playing during the art walk down at Jackson Street. And so I'll be posting on Instagram the schedule of all the different like performances that are happening. Mari Griffin, who does Black Night Market out of Tacoma. She's also just super talented. She's also a poet, and so she's going to be doing some performances along with a few other people too. So lots to check out, lots to learn.
Love this.
Yeah.
Love it. Thank you so much for sharing about CD Art Walk. What else is coming up for Made Space that you might want to just sprinkle on us and be like, but also watch
Yeah.
out for this?
Yeah. So every Tuesday we got something called Tuesday Things. And that is a very casual, free or low cost. Nothing's ever over $20. It's just a hangout. It's just it's a creative hangout. So yesterday we did candle making with Courtney Jones. That was really fun. And then next Tuesday we have mend and repair. So that's just bring whatever you need to sew or you want to upcycle something. We'll have supplies and stuff here. And then we've got Pop of Fun. They're going to be doing a game night. And then X's and Babies, Sydney Swanigan is going to be launching her podcast at the end of the month on that Tuesday. So just check out Tuesday, 6 to 8 is the key takeaway for that. And then we've got Smoke and Word on third Thursdays, which is exactly like it sounds. We have a little smoke, we have a little open mic, a little writing workshop with Chelsea Richardson and Ebo Barton. So yeah, those are kind of our steady go-tos. Yeah.
Nice. Well, this is, when I say there's always something Black to do, Made Space is like a fourth of the things that you could go do. Really making sure that you always have something to do. And when I hear, or when I get a chance to talk to anybody who is truly holding space for these types of things that happen, I just want to make sure you feel the love from the community, because it's not a neutral thing to hold space, because for Black people a lot of times we holding it like it's stuff is coming to try to remove that space and remove those opportunities for us to gather and be and have our things. And I know you are one of those people who, you defend our space, you curate beautiful things for us, and you make a lot of really great things happen and a lot of beautiful connections and relationships happen. So just want to send stardust at you.
I receive it.
Wait a minute. I see one of your team members in the comments said vendors are needed.
Yes, I'm sorry. I did forget to mention so many things. Juneteenth, we're one of the many 5011 things happening, which I love. I love that. Just let it be active everywhere, celebration everywhere. Juneteenth, we're going to be at Communion, working with Communion for our 4th annual Juneteenth Market and Mixer. So you can come have a little sippy sip, a little yummy tasty things and shop. And there'll be a youth innovation center, and there'll be we're doing it this year sort of categorized by like Black Joy, Black Health, Black Wealth, and Youth Innovation Center. So there'll be kind of little areas that you can pop into kind of based on those things. So, and vendors, yes, we are still taking applications for vendors. We're starting to reach out to them now to curate it, but all of that is at the link in my bio. So
I was just about to ask if they want to hit you up.
yeah.
Catch that link in the bio.
Yep, it's right at the top.
Awesome. Well, Stephanie, thank you so much for hopping on here with me. I hope that all the people who see this decide to step on out the house. It's probably going to be beautiful on Friday, I imagine. So have something to do and meet some folks and see some art and experience some Black businesses and the magic that you make in the community. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything that you do. You just watching you grow and just doing so many beautiful things. So, and same thing, actively holding those spaces, because it's not just building. You also have to like fend off things and build. You're fending off with one hand and building with another.
That's so true. That is how it feels.
Yeah. So thank you as well. I see you too.
Thank you. Yes. All right. So now we can all get some rest now. We're at the end of our broadcast. Thank you, everybody who dialed in tonight, and for everybody who's going to watch us on the replay. I hope to see some of you out here in these Black Seattle streets. Good night.
Bye.